What's up, y'all? It's Friday. It's Friday. Listen, everybody knows. I know y'all know that this is my favorite day of the week. I don't even think I have to let y'all know. It is just a whole nother energy coming off the full moon this Friday. You understand what I'm saying? It's a good feeling I love Fridays. I love Fridays. Fridays are just my favorite day of the week. I love Fridays. How is everybody doing this week? What are we going to talk about? Y'all have to, if you guys, okay, so I guess we've established that Fridays, we're going to talk about random topics that happen throughout the week, right? So if y'all want me to talk about, or want to hear my opinion, it's just my opinion on a topic, send it to the diva at polite as FCK pod. Google wouldn't let me put fuck in an email. So it's polite as FCKPOD at gmail.com. And people who already send me emails just to say hi and thank me for my videos and stuff like that, shout out to y'all. You know, I respond and because y'all don't email me enough, all of y'all, I don't be checking that email a lot, so a lot of the times I'm like 2 or 3 days behind on my emails because I don't get you know what, I need to put on the notifications. That's what I need to do. But yeah, thank you for all of your emails and encouraging emails. Oh, my feet are hot. So let's see what's on the radio real quick. But that's what we're gonna do. Oh, good. We can talk about this. We could talk about boot up. Yes, we could talk about.
In the sky, I'm a star. I'm falling low cause I be loving hard.
Hey! Extra large. Yes!
I cross a ghost. Got 2 cribs and 2 states.
Yes!
I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why,
cause the white folks don't. Hey! Big bang, take little bang. I'll tell you that. That's my shit. I'm gonna leave it low so when Nikki's verse come on, we can party together. Yes, type of money you gonna need to save. Hey, y'all get paid today too, right? Big bag, take little bag. Ah! Everything proper, no propaganda. Okay, so what's going on? What are we talking about? Ellie Mae, is that how we say her name? The boot up girl. So she put out this song called Trip, which is, I believe it's way better than, take my glasses off, the sun's not that bright. Let me leave my glasses on. I can't concentrate. Okay, so she put out a song called Trip. Go listen to it. I might leave the link in the comment, but you could, in the description, but you could go see. I love that song better than Boot Up. I didn't really like Boot Up. But here's the thing. It's 2 Chainz still on. Don't let me miss Nikki's verse. Okay, so she sorry, my hair. Honey, I'm all over the place. You know, my energy be like, boop, 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 boop. On a Friday, y'all. Big bang, take little bang. I already had my coffee, my bulletproof coffee. What was I talking about? Okay, so the girl, she put out Trip, right? Trip is dope. Then Jacquees with his pretty ass voice, he put it out too. And everybody liked his joint better. And there's been an issue because they have asked him to pull the song off of YouTube and SoundCloud because it was doing better than her song. The song is dope and his voice is dope. I don't think they should have made him pull it. I think that they should really combine forces. If he's dope, if his version is dope and people like her version but people like his version better, why don't you put them together? I don't think it's fair for him to have to pull the song. He wasn't making any money off of the song. He just remade the song and had a video too, honey. These record labels, they hate it. They hate that these artists can independently do things. You know, they better start rewriting their contracts differently so people can't do shit on. You know, I love the song. I think they should hear.
Back again, back to back, made back, stack the M's.
Yes, Vicky!
Slim Shady, back the M. Once he go black, he'll be back again.
Yes!
It is crunch time.
Abdomen. Yes! Come on, Nikki! Let me tell you something. That bitch be flowing on this shit. Bitch is mad again. Yes. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yes, come on, Nikki! Diamond chains on my ankle. Hey.
In the cut like a shank doll. Rubber bands on my bankroll. Show my air like a stank.
They won't let her show my ass like a stank hole. That's my shit. What type of money you gonna need to save? Okay, y'all, I'm back. You know, I be all over the place. Bear with me. We have ADD conversation on Fridays for you new niggas, because it just be all over the place. It's a gumbo, a conversation. So what else? Okay, so yeah, I don't think they should make him pull the song off of YouTube and SoundCloud. He wasn't making no money off of it. That's not right. I do wanted to talk about Leslie Jones, her comment to Kevin Hart and Cat Williams. So, you know, remember when y'all know that Kevin Hart threw Leslie Jones's name in the mix, saying that she came in under Cat Williams. Let's first analyze that statement. Number one, she did not come in under Cat Williams, okay? I believe, and my theory is that Kevin Hart threw Leslie Jones's name in there because he knows, based on the comedy formula in show business, you only get one female, one black male, one female at a time who's very, very popular, right? Who they beat us over the head with for about 3 or 4 years, and then they just fall into obscurity, right? We know that Leslie Jones was positioned to kind of be the next female, the black female comedian, right? All right. So we know how show business works in terms of colorism. We know that Leslie Jones, and we're going to speak honestly, we're not going to, you know, run around the mulberry bush. We're going to say Leslie Jones is tall. She's dark skinned, has very, very pronounced super duper African features, and her comedy is hypersexual. It's just everything about Leslie Jones that Kevin Hart could have set up the way he setting Tiffany up. Tiffany is his homegirl, so you know that's what's going to happen. But also in that realm, Leslie Jones says that she did not come in under Cat Williams. I believe that Kevin Hart threw her in that mix because he knows that Leslie was next, and he knows that Tiffany's presence in this game is going to push Leslie Jones to the side, because Tiffany Haddish is more palpable to our audiences that we want to get to you know, give us the money, right? Okay, now I can take my glasses off. We understand that, right? We understand that Leslie Jones is not as palpable to mainstream viewers than Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, Leslie Jones is more aggressive in her comedy. Tiffany Haddish is the unassuming ghetto. That's her act, the unassuming ghetto chick who just doesn't know, you know, real life shit. She only knows shit that, you know, that doesn't extend past the hood. That's Tiffany Haddish's. Leslie Jones' act is a little bit in your face. She said that Kevin Hart told her that she would never make it. Also said at least Cat Williams puts women on his tours, and that's a fact. Kevin Hart doesn't do that. And Leslie Jones also said none of them niggas put me on. Even though Kevin had a chance to, he never did. And never put her on tour. I'm telling you, Cat be with Lunel, everybody that he mentioned at the motherfucking at V103. That's who he be on tour with. Leslie Jones said it was Chris Rock and Neil Brennan. Neil Brennan is white. He is a co-creator of the Chappelle Show, co-writer of the Chappelle Show, a white comedic writer, and a black superstar stand-up comedian, Chris Rock. Not Cat Williams, not Kevin Hart. This idea that Kevin Hart is supporting black women because he's pushing his friend to the forefront and helping her, you know, set her up so that when Hollywood is done with her, because they will be, she's set up. I applaud Kevin for doing that. He could have did that for Leslie Jones, but Leslie Jones ain't his homegirl. Do you understand? So, but I could understand where she's coming from by saying, nigga, don't act like you supporting women, because you're the only woman that we've ever seen you push up to the forefront was Tiffany Haddish. That's it. So now he could say that Tiffany came under him, but she didn't. She didn't come under him. They're friends, and he helped her out when she needed help, but she didn't come under Kevin Hart. Nobody came under Kevin. I mean, those red cup guys. What do they call them? What do they call them? Solo cup, red cup, whatever them niggas. I don't know. I don't even know them niggas' names. I just know the name of them as a collective. So individually, they're not really doing I don't know what's wrong with this. This is one of my favorite shirts, but it's looking hella drunk. It's just cotton and beautiful, and I love it. But Leslie Jones was like, you niggas need to keep my motherfucking name out your mouth unless you eat my pussy. I said, that's her comedy. You understand? So that crass, aggressive, you know, sailor ass, you know, fucking truck driver ass comedy, she said Kevin Hart didn't appreciate her comedy. Right? Kevin Hart didn't appreciate her comedy, so we're not gonna act like Kevin Hart has been supporting women. He's supporting Tiffany Haddish. Let's be very, 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 very clear. And Cat Williams is like, I don't even know why Cat Williams. Okay, this is the area where everybody completely dismissed and stepped over. Cat Williams at V103 made a comment that was about colorism in this industry. He says the comedy industry is one industry where a woman should not be judged by how she looks, and she is. You can't tell me that you don't know that if they want to pick a dark-skinned girl over a light-skinned girl, they're going to pick the light-skinned girl. Now, we're not saying Tiffany isn't light-skinned, but she don't look nothing like Leslie Jones. We're going to keep it real. So, what do we think? Now, I'm not saying that it makes it right. I'm talking about the facts on how Hollywood is set up. That's one thing that we have to understand. Like, just because we're speaking about the facts on how certain industries or concepts work doesn't necessarily mean that we agree with them. You do have to speak the facts, right? Doesn't make it right what they do in Hollywood, but the fact is, Leslie Jones and Tiffany Haddish, who you think they gonna pick? Who? Okay, so let's be honest. And nobody wanted to talk about Cat Williams' colorism comments, and that's when he threw Leslie Jones in there. He didn't throw Leslie, and everybody knows that Leslie Jones was up next. They moved her to the side for Tiffany, and Kevin knows that. Kevin knows that. That's why he stuck her ass in there, because he knows that he could have done the same thing for Leslie Jones, but he didn't. They treated her so badly after that Ghostbuster things. You know, and the way that I don't know. But anyways, let's talk about Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has been sentenced. Y'all gonna write Bill Cosby? Do y'all think we should write Bill Cosby to keep his spirits up? He's going to jail. I made myself laugh the other day because, you know, I make myself laugh. I'll be laughing at shit I say, like, Erica, what is wrong with you? But I was thinking about Bill Cosby going to jail, and I was thinking how he feels about niggas sagging. And I feel like he's going to really just be all out of sorts with everybody in jail. When he sees all them niggas sagging, he's really going to have a hard time seeing all of that. Isn't that ironic? That the thing you hate about your community so much, actions that you took 30 and 40 years ago, are at like a full circle. Now you sit in a space where the thing that you hate about your community, you're in that space. Niggas sagging, ghetto shit. I'm sorry, because at first I was really like contemplating, should that old ass man sit in jail? You know, we was talking about that the other day, but I was like, yeah, he needs to sit in jail. You need to understand you can't get away with shit, old man. You abuse women. I don't care. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this: if out of those 60 women, if 3 of them are telling the truth, he's right where he deserves to be. If 1 of them was telling the truth, he's right where he deserves to be. Now, there's this argument that, oh, he's getting sentenced and white men don't get just because white men get off, and we know that that is a fact in this country, that black men are sentenced different, black people are sentenced differently. There's sentencing guidelines for crimes that you're convicted for, but black people seem to have a secret sentence guideline because they're always a little bit more harsher than the white criminals, right? And we're not going to say, oh, well, the white guy got off, so Bill Cosby should get off too. No, he did wrong. We know how this country works, so we can't spend too much time like arguing about him getting a larger sentence than his white counterpart criminals. You know what I mean? And let's talk about the facts. Rape sentencing guidelines only go in increments, I think, of 3 years, 6 years, and then 8 years. And then now those are the guidelines, right? 3, 6, and 8. Now, depending on the intent and the impact of the crime, like if it's a child, if it was in marriage, it just depends on the stipulations, on the nuances of the actual crime, that they may add more, right? And then you also get fined. The truth is, rape sentencing guidelines are low across the board. They don't put men away for too long for committing sexually violent crimes. They don't. And that's the truth, because we are in a patriarchy, right? And the men are often like, oh, she shouldn't have worn that. The men are always absolved, or an excuse is given as to why they were unable to control themselves and rape somebody, right? So we're not going to act like sentencing guidelines for rape are not low across the board anyway. We're not going to act like that, even with this Brett Kavanaugh case, they're like, oh, okay, well, they did Anita Hill differently. Anita Hill is a black woman. This is a white woman we're talking about. We already know that everything is going to be approached differently. And we have to stop acting like we're so shocked when the United States doesn't act on the behalf of the black person. Like, we just have to accept that. I know it's hard to accept, but it's not going to change. This is how this country was created. It will not change until every law that was created when black people were not considered even human, those laws have to be destroyed. Not amended, destroyed. They shouldn't apply. And we know that that's not going to happen anytime soon. So comparing this Brett Kavanaugh case to Clarence Thomas's case and how they approached it and how they dealt with it, he's still a man who when and even Nathaniel was talking about, like, Bill Cosby. He was like, if he had committed these crimes against a black woman, he'd be walking free. And that is probably a true statement. That was dumb. Yo, stupid ass. You want to die on a Friday morning? I don't. Stop cutting in front of folks. Anyway, what else are we talking about? So that's how I feel about Bill Cosby. That's how I feel about Kevin Hart and Leslie Jones. I think the colorism topic was really just like ignored because everybody knows and nobody really wants to talk about it. But I did. Now I'm going to say what it is, that it is. We know what it is when it comes to Leslie Jones and Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart is so cocky and arrogant. That's the reason why I never really cared for Kevin Hart, because and then he threw in Mike Epps, and that's how you knew. When he threw in Mike Epps, that's how you knew that it wasn't about Tiffany. It wasn't about Cat coming at Tiffany. It was about you getting off your grievances to Cat Williams and Mike Epps, who have been the most critical of your fucking career, Kevin, and you fucking know it. But that's why Tiffany was so quiet, because Cat had already apologized to her and she accepted his apology. So that's why you kept telling her, be quiet, because you wanted to get off your grievances. We know what the fuck you're doing. And then even Mike Epps was like, nigga, you ain't running shit. You a gatekeeper. They have positioned you, house nigga, to sit in front of the gate and tell us who else would you allow in that's black. We know what you're doing, and everybody knows what you're doing. Go read what Mike Epps said to him. You guys, and you gonna sit up there, him and Tiffany gonna act like Mike and Cat not working. Mike Epps, go look at his fucking stats, has 6 movies come out this year. These niggas are working. Mike Epps is also on tour with some more. Okay? What woman I'm gonna ask you, because I don't follow Kevin Hart. What woman has Kevin Hart brought on tour with him? If anybody is a Kevin Hart fan, tell me what female comic has Kevin Hart took on his black ass tour with him. I want to know. Then we could move forward from that. Taraji Henson was on, she's a Virgo, shout out to Taraji Henson. She was on The Breakfast Club talking about mental health, and if you guys haven't watched that, go watch that. She said something that when she said it, I screamed to the top of my lungs. She said when she stopped, and we were talking about this in the comments yesterday, as a matter of fact, when black women stopped proclaiming and from the rooftops that they're strong black women, all of the burden that comes with being a superhero, it falls away. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, I don't got this. I need help. It's okay. And what happens, my theory is that when we keep proclaiming that we're strong black women, it leads people to believe that, oh, she can endure the pain. She can take care of the tribe. She doesn't need help taking care of the tribe. She's okay. She got it. She's strong. She don't need, and it's funny because we do that. I used to look at when all these young kids would be getting, shot by cops, and black mothers would be up there, standing in front of those microphones and still holding on to this strong black woman archetype, just saying that you can't even cry, like a display of vulnerability, crying. You so strong that you can't even grieve for your child who was just murdered. Trayvon Martin's mother, have you ever seen her cry? Did you see not Mike Brown's mother, Eric Garner, the man that was choked for the cigarettes? Did you see her cry? You saw her angry. Did you see her cry? We have to stop saying that we're strong black women. We are strong. We are weak. We are vulnerable. We need help. We need support. We need protection. Because I've always said, black men, some black men, they have this idea of, I don't even want to talk about it. I think it's really like, people don't like when I say it, but I have this theory that a lot of black men who claim that they want women to be a certain way, but you don't protect black women in the same manner that your other races protect their women. And that's something that society understands. So when it's time for a black woman to stand up against anything that's adverse, anything that's going against her, she often stands alone because she's strong, right? So we got to get out of that, because when you think somebody is strong and can endure pain, when you think somebody is strong, you tend to believe that they can endure whatever pain comes on to them. And a lot of black women endure pain, and because we keep saying we're strong. So a man is going to think, bitch, you strong, you got it. Oh, this idea that, okay, I believe like that people think like, oh, she can take care of it. She got it. We're strong. I let my sons know, mommy is not a strong black woman. Mommy gets upset. Mommy cries. I allow them. Some women do not allow their children to see them cry. I let my kids see me cry because I don't want them to grow up thinking when they actually see a woman cry, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to console. They don't know how to, have compassion towards that because they've never seen a woman cry before. You understand what I'm saying? I don't play that game. I allow them to cry. Express yourself. Express your feelings. Go watch that interview with Taraji Henson. When she said that, she said a lot of the stress that she had, that she was holding on her back, it fell away as soon as she admitted to herself that she is not a strong black woman. I'm not. I think, we have to change that idea, because, all these people think that we're strong because, you deal with abusive relationships. You deal with being a single parent. You deal with not being protected when, the shit at your job. Just all this shit. And we need protection. And it's okay to say that we need protection from both sides, like from each other as women and from the men in our community. Men have to hold other men accountable for fucked up behavior. Don't automatically assume the woman is wrong in her reaction to what somebody has done to her. Anyway, so go watch that video. It was very good. She talks about taking her son to counseling. We need to talk more about mental health and how, you know, we need to talk more openly so that we can get away from the stigma of going to therapy, appearing weak because you're talking to somebody about your issues, telling boys to man up, telling boys not to cry, not allowing boys to express their emotion. When the emotion comes, you have to acknowledge the emotion and let it out. Because if you stifle the emotion, it's going to come out in another way, in a non-productive way, and it might be harmful to that person and the people around them. So you have to encourage the release of emotions, because you just have to. We got to get away from, we have to, this is a facade. Strong black men. Strong, in my theory, that connotation of strong black men is the reason why 16 cop cars show up for a routine traffic stop, because you got this strong black man and he's so superhuman that these guns and these tasers are not going to work enough, so we need 10 more guns and 10 more tasers to work on this strong black man. You understand what I'm saying? The idea of strength is being used against us, is being weaponized against us, and we're suffering for that. Men, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. It's okay to go see a psychologist. It's okay to get a fucking prostate exam. It's okay. What else did I have to talk about? Because I'm here now. Shit. What else? That's it. Oh, and Kanye. Y'all, let me tell you something. Kanye was somewhere with a MAGA hat on and a Colin Kaepernick shirt. And people are like all upset about it, but I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, he's not influential. Kanye is trying to pull stunts in order to get people to buy his album. Kanye don't have to do shit for y'all to buy his album. He could do the smallest thing for y'all to talk about him. He don't need to pull a stunt to get y'all to buy his albums. He doesn't. So y'all need to stop saying that. And this idea that Kanye is not influential, if you have, we are, as a society, we can't allow ourselves to not speak about things we don't like. And when we speak so much about things that we don't like, we give it energy and in turn give it life. So if you don't like Kanye, you don't think he's influential, by what he had on, y'all are writing think pieces about it. So you can't say that the man is not influential. If what he does, everybody is talking about it. Now, whether the influence is good or bad, then that's subjective. You understand? But at the end of the day, he wore a hat and a sweatshirt of competing ideas. Right? The idea of the MAGA hat, the idea of Colin Kaepernick. Those are competing ideas. And we're writing articles about it and threading about it. But in the same breath, you're saying that man is not influential. I don't get it. We don't know how to not talk about things we don't like. The Kardashians have made a whole fucking empire because of the energy that is provided to them by the masses of women and men who don't like them. Thank Ray J for that. We talked about that on Twitter today. If it wasn't for Ray J, I wonder what would happen to Ray J in this time if he would have did that, because those revenge porn laws, that would have been a mess. Can you imagine? He really thought he was going to do something with Kim Kardashian when he did that. Kris Jenner said, I got another plan. Plan B, bitch. My family is about to flip the shit out of this shit. Now, let's not take away, Ray J does make a little bit of money for his little business ventures, but he ain't making that money that Kardashians made. And we wouldn't know who they were if it wasn't for him. So thank Ray J when you hate the Kardashians. Willie Norwood Jr. Sonia, she's so worried about her name, the family name. I guess she forgot what her son did. Oh, he is singing his heart out. What time is it? 7:42. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. 30 minutes. Peace. Take care of each other.